Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zelik. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. And joining me this week, as always, is...
your friend on the show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Benjamin Franklin of the show.
What? That's my name.
Oh, and the satellite slamming into this natural disaster of a podcast, Evan Aubrey.
Woo! Did you guys watch the satellite being shot into an asteroid today? That was
Did
fun.
it work?
Yes, it worked.
Oh, nice. Okay, I only read things like leading up to like, oh, they're just about to do it, and then I didn't know what happened.
Well, it was fun because like it wasn't like a video feed, but it was like because it's too far away to send like straight videos. So
Yeah,
it
it's just
sent
like
pictures. So it's like a bad GIF of something just running into a rock.
Was there an explosion? Or I guess not.
No,
it's
no,
space.
because the thing taking the pictures is what's running into the rock.
Oh,
so
but
it's
I thought they had like other satellites like ready to go, like pointed at it from. Like,
no, it's just one, and it's taking pictures, and then it runs into the satellite, and then it's like a blue screen of death because it crashed.
Success.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, the fucking NASA was like, hell yeah, baby. It was funny because like as I was like in the last 30 seconds, they're like cheering, like throwing their hats in the air and like hugging each other and clapping, and it's like, hell yeah, we're just gonna shove a rocket into a space rock, which is fun. I have to admit, it's undeniable.
I feel like that's the moment though, like right after they're like celebrating, they're like, we did it, and then like in the movie it's always like, wait guys, these readings are off the charts, what's going on? And then it's like the meteor's redirecting itself, and like then all of the scientists are like, oh no,
Straight
no,
for
what are we gonna
Houston.
do about this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was the whole point of this experiment, is that they wanted to coordinate hitting an asteroid with a ship, so that if there was one that was heading towards Earth in the future, they could hit it and blow it up.
right.
So that's
Practice. This is sort of the rehearsal for
Yes.
Armageddon.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
This
was
is-
Nathan Fielder at the
Fielder's
helm?
rehearsal. I've contacted this asteroid to see if they actually want to collide into the Earth.
This meteor is interested in co-parenting.
Yes. We keep replacing these children about to be hit by a meteor because of child actor laws.
To practice.
Yes. Oh boy. But this isn't a podcast about asteroids, even though I think our show is about eating a little meteor foods, if you will.
Oh,
You could say this show's a little bit out of this world sometimes.
Yes. It absolutely is. Because let me tell you about the premise of I Choose You. Each week on I Choose You, we randomly select a new Pokemon that we want to cook and eat. And we share our recipes with not just each other, but the world. We're just as important as NASA in that regard. We can
Think
stop
about
an
it.
asteroid from running into Earth.
Equally well funded.
Yes.
yes.
Look, I wouldn't look if the government was like, "Here's $1 billion." I would be like, "Thank you."
We need to figure out right now how to cook and eat Pokemon like our
Yes.
lives depended on it.
My phone rings and it's like, "Oh, it's me, Joe Biden." I can't do an impersonation.
It's
of him.
me.
Malarkey.
And he's like, "Jeremy, I need you to cook a Pokemon that's coming right to the Earth, like it's fucking Deoxys or something. That one's in space, right? And we have to eat it."
I'm pretty sure there's a meteor Pokemon. I mean, like you
is
said,
it
a lot of them are
Lunastone?
meteor, but there's a
Soul whatever in Lunastone. They're meteors, right?
Yep.
Lunatone.
Yep.
Lunatone, excuse me.
Or there's also one called, wait, I don't know if this is real. Minior?
That's what I'm
Yes.
thinking of.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't look real, but it is. It's like Clefairy on crack. Really weird looking.
As we all are. But before that, we got distracted by the NASA talk. Let's do a quick little LaCroix, boys.
I pre-cracked this week.
Yeah, Evan, what drink did you have to consume so quickly before our count off?
It's the Two Towns Cider House Blackberry and Marionberry hard cider.
Ooh.
Good
What are
stuff.
the two towns?
That's a great question. It's a Pacific Northwest thing, so I assume like places in Oregon.
Okay.
That's what I thought too.
I know of two. I know of at least two towns in Oregon. There's Portland
Ah, Jesus.
That's technically more of a city than a town.
Ian, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking limoncello LaCroix.
Nice.
Crisp.
Fresh. Ben, what do you got?
Drinking a Stone Brewing Peak Conditions Hazy Double IPA. It's
Is
actually
it
one
like
of my
a picture
faves.
of a mountain on it?
No, it has a picture of like well, I guess there is kind of a mountain, but it's like a more like wave peaks.
Oh,
Oh,
surfing.
okay, I see. Yeah.
It's more like a surfer vibe.
This is what peak performance looks like.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is what peak beer tastes like.
Oh.
That one's a free one for Stone Brewing, honestly.
Call
There you
me.
go.
Call me.
Ian.
This is not related to LaCroix Boys, but I do need to bring it up while I'm thinking of it. I went to the Scholastic Book Fair at my school.
Oh, shit.
Picked up a pretty sweet Pikachu poster for my classroom.
All right.
Is it Pikachu hanging from a bench and it says "Hang in there, baby"?
Oh.
That would be 10 times better than what I got. It's just like a cute Pikachu, and then like if you look closely in the background, it's just Pikachu making a bunch of weird faces.
Oh, nice.
A little silly.
But does it
Yeah.
say anything?
No. So if you know, you know.
People don't read, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy,
It
what do you
says
got?
so much, even though it doesn't say anything. It says
Yeah.
a lot.
But then, like, the kid who's always showing me the Pokemon cards, he walks in and he's like, yeah, Mr. Davis, that's a good poster. I was like, I knew you'd fucking like that. And then he comes over to me, and from his pocket, he pulls out a first edition Charizard.
Whoa.
Just like
shit.
the real deal.
How much did you
Whoa.
pay for that?
I don't know, like, what the deal is, but, like, every time I'm like, oh, cool, where'd you get that? Like, every time he has new cards or an action figure or this $800 Charizard, he's like, oh, a friend gave it to me.
Yeah, right.
And I'm
my
like-
friend, mom and dad.
Or, like, is this guy just fucking robbing something?
Yeah, he's running a front.
It was legit. Like, it was, like, in, like, one of those special card protectors, and, it, like, he had, like, sent it to get it, like, appraised or whatever.
Oh,
Like, it was,
okay.
authenticated.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So,
That's pretty impressive.
it was, like, I held it. In fact, I fucking took a picture of it. I forgot to send it to you guys. But
On the topic of non-show related things that we can sometimes talk about during this first part of the show, there's been a phenomenon in my apartment that I just want to share with you because I think it's, we love breakfast foods here, right? I enjoy a good breakfast food that's really easy to make. And that's where I have a little pro gamer life hack for you,
Oh.
You will require one piece of special equipment, which was the reason why this was unavailable to me previously, which is a air fryer,
yes.
big enough to be like a toaster oven kind of situation.
You went for the mega air fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Is
Asia's
it
birthday.
like the size of like one of those trash bags that you like step on and it opens and you just dump all of your food in there?
No. For Asia's birthday, she wanted an air fryer toaster combo, and I was like, all right, let's do this. You do have to kind of shell out, and that's the biggest obstacle to this. What happened was I was making bacon in the air fryer, which is an excellent way to have bacon. It turns out very crispy, very good. Controlled, sometimes you can burn the bacon. This way, everything's so evenly cooked.
Ben, when you're cooking, do you wear like a lab coat?
I will now because I'm cooking up some mad shit over here, okay?
Oh.
Okay.
So, I had my bacon in my lower rack, right? And then
Sure.
I had these potatoes that I was going to do, breakfast potatoes, also in the air fryer.
Oh, you're double
because
racking.
it's double racked. So I had this situation, and then, you know how things go. Sometimes you're maybe it's the weekend and you're not really thinking quite straight. You're making breakfast, and I had realized that I needed to chop some garlic, but it was after the fact. And so I was like, oh dang, what am I going to do with these? Then that's when the innovative part of my brain kind of kicked in, and I took the bacon that I have yet to put in the air fryer, put my minced garlic bits on top of the bacon strips,
Garlic
put
bacon?
the garlic bacon in the air fryer for 10 minutes. Hoo boy. You end up getting some real nicely cooked bacon with some delicately sticky emulsified garlic chips that are just perfectly roasted right on top of the bacon. And you take that garlic bacon, it's just a little bit of extra work once you have the air fryer. But once you just, you have to slice the bacon or the garlic, but just that extra tiny little bit of effort makes that bacon a winner, a true winner. Yeah, Ian.
If I may, since you're bringing this into the R&D space,
Yes.
I know like some people are going to be upset with me when I say this. There are a lot of different garlic comes in many forms, and there's a good use for each kind.
Sure.
I have stepped away from fresh garlic for a while now in favor of the jarred pre-minced
squeezy tube. Yeah.
Oh.
I just have the jar, and every time a recipe's 1 clove of garlic, I just spoon out. I'm just fucking I'm
Dog.
Yeah.
with a capital D.
Does it? I mean, as
So,
long as it tastes good, no
give
shame.
me the D, and by that I mean a dollop of garlic.
Well, I don't think I've ever eaten anything in my entire life and said that's too much garlic.
Yeah.
So man, I could picture you got your bacon and you just you can't even see the bacon because it's
Coated in garlic.
That
garlic.
That might be a little much. It might just
And
be
that's where
garlic
you're
at
wrong.
that point.
proportions are up to interpretation for sure. If you like your bacon a little more on the garlic, if you like a little bacon with your garlic, then you might want to get a big jar of minced garlic and do that kind of thing.
What is bacon if not a vehicle for garlic?
Yeah, that's true. Famous phrase.
But the good thing that I just wanted to share is that the bits of garlic stick to the bacon. So you take your tongs and grab it out of the air fryer. That garlic isn't just gonna fly everywhere. It's gonna stick to your bacon, and everywhere your bites of bacon go, that taste of garlic goes with it. So
Yeah, baby.
I just want to spread the good news on bacon or garlic bacon.
I gotta try that. That sounds amazing.
Ben, do you call this recipe bacon a la Wario?
Ooh, I should actually. I think Wario would approve.
But when you eat it, you're like, this time I'm gonna win by eating some delicious bacon.
Is that Wario's thing? Is garlic?
Yeah, he loves garlic.
Oh.
In many video games, he eats garlic to gain superpowers.
Is that why he has such bad farts?
Yes, that's why his farts, as demonstrated in the Super Smash Bros. Brawl trailer, turn into atomic explosions that lay waste to the Earth.
Do you think we have Wario to blame for the elections in Italy?
Man, is Wario fascist? That's an interesting.
I don't know.
Look, they're all American by what I can tell. Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi. Though we don't know where Waluigi comes from, because he's not related to Wario, as many anticipate. He is only a nefarious doppelganger to Luigi. So
A clone.
I think Wario's definitely kind of he's a little MAGA-y, so I don't know if we can say for sure his political influence is all pure, but maybe we could get through to him. He's definitely an Obama-Trump supporter, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that rings true, definitely. God damn it! I'm sorry I brought it up.
It's fine. This is a hot political commentary for this time. But let's talk about cooking and eating Pokemon. This week we're talking about cooking and eating Delphox. It's a fox with a lot of ear hair. Ian won the Twitter poll that we put up.
Oh shit, I did.
Yes.
Whoa!
What was the score?
Oh, let me double check. That was for the listeners at home. My computer crashed, and when I was doing that, I was checking our Twitter to see if we had any recipes.
I forgot we had a poll. I should have voted for myself.
Oh.
I purposely did not. I was like, man, I want to see how I'm doing, but I can't vote on this.
You don't want to throw off the results.
Out of 11 votes, Ian got 45%, which I think means he got 4 votes.
I'll take it.
I got one vote for Icebreaker Gum, who wasn't me.
Oh.
Nice.
Or were you not? I thought that was what you did.
No, but he didn't vote. That wasn't his vote.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Just one other person.
Oh, okay, I
Hey.
see what you're saying. That is your recipe, though, but you didn't vote for it. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So, Ian, you won that Twitter poll, as obvious. Our democracy is always strong and powerful.
Truly.
We'll never fall to authoritarian regimes. So, Ian, tell us how you will cook Delphox.
I'm imagining for season 7, like we just decide, like, yeah, Jeremy's just going to decide who wins for this season. Every episode.
Yeah,
At least
Jeremy's picks.
You
God
know,
damn.
I think it could go well.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I just want to let you guys know. I went to Twitter to check on the poll, just see it, and trending on Twitter with how Edward Snowden and Alan Rickman is gaming trending Luigi 13,000 tweets in the last hour.
Oh, so it was Luigi's fault, actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so right off the bat, I love that we're cooking Delphox because, as you may or may not have read, it is kind of like loosely based on, like, it has some like kitsune influence there, the magical fox creatures from Japan that are kind of like nefarious and a little cheeky, like Tanuki are.
Tricksters.
Tricksters for sure. And I actually, I've been consuming a lot of my favorite podcasts but besides this show, of course, Myths and Legends. If anyone's interested in it, they tell like stories from mythology and folklore. And I've listened to a lot of episodes where the kitsune are there, and sometimes they get eaten.
Oh.
What?
Because they're like like in these stories, they and the Tanuki are kind of like a delicacy.
Whoa.
You get that nice fine Tanuki scrote.
Right.
Put some garlic on that.
There's so
Air fry
many
it.
stories, so many folk legends about the farmer trying to catch that darn tanuki to get that good scrote to feed his
Exactly.
family.
Exactly. So it was like, oh yeah, like eating this magical fox, let's fuck it up. So I'm making for you a Philadelphox cheesesteak.
Oh, yeah, you are.
That's funny.
Nice.
Thank you.
Love it.
I thought so. Those of you, I know we have a lot of international listeners. Philly cheesesteak sandwich, delicious. Imagine you have a hoagie roll, which basically, like, is it like heresy for me to say it's just like French bread?
Pretty much.
I don't think that's heresy.
Okay. French bread, really thinly sliced. That's the key word, thinly sliced beef. And then it's like there's garlic in there and provolone cheese.
Peppers.
And aioli and pepper. Yeah. So take your Delphox and you get like a nice good cut of it. Looking at it right now, probably those really strong thighs. Like it's got some leg.
The haunches.
Yes.
The haunches. I have a hunch that the haunch is the best part of this Pokemon.
My biggest concern with this Pokemon is that it's mostly hair.
It does look like it's mostly hair.
Yeah, if you shaved it, how like naked mole rat would it turn out to be?
Oh, 100%.
100% naked. How much is it? It weighs. It's 5 feet tall basically. It's 4'11", and it weighs 86 pounds. So,
40 pounds of hair.
Yeah.
40
Yeah.
pounds of hair.
So take the haunches and you really like real thinly sliced. You add some sea salt, some black pepper, a sweet onion, provolone cheese, your hoagie rolls, butter, garlic, mayonnaise, and cut your hoagies. And then in a bowl, you're gonna stir together the butter and the garlic, and get that garlic butter, and you spread that on the hoagies, and you toast those buns
Nice.
until you get that nice golden brown. Set those aside. Heat up some oil. Toss in your diced onions and caramelize that stuff. All right, get it
Nice.
like real sweet and fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Move that up to some high heat. Add a little more oil. Then you spread out the thinly sliced Delphox and let it brown for a couple of minutes, and then flip it over, salt it, pepper it until it's like fully cooked through, and then you stir in the onions and get that all mixed up, and then you stick that on the sandwich. You got the cheese on there. It melts into the meats. Mm-hmm. You spread a real thin layer of mayo on the toasted bread. You know, we're not drying this shit out. Mm-hmm. And then you fucking punch someone in the face. What do they do in Philadelphia?
Gritty's there.
You love some brothers?
Yes. Yes, Evan slowly raising his hand.
Ian.
Yeah.
Preference of cheese on a Philly cheesesteak. Are you a sliced guy? Are you a whiz guy?
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know if we have any listeners in Philadelphia, but I'm sure that's also on their minds right now.
I'm going to go not whiz because I've never had one.
I was going to say, have you had whiz? Because it's pretty good. Anyway.
You know what's pretty disappointing is I've been in grad school now for 3 years, online, but like with a school based in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Haven't been to Philadelphia, but it turns out you can't get a good fucking Philly cheesesteak if you're not in Philly. Like I got one in Western Pennsylvania, and I was like, this was a fucking mistake. I've had better Philly cheesesteak sandwiches in New Mexico. This is shit. This is garbage. Man. Throw it on the floor. So am I anti-whiz? No, I would whiz. I just haven't tried it.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
I don't think I've had whiz on a cheesesteak because I've mostly like made them at home kind of situation. But
you don't just have whiz in your cupboard?
And I don't have whiz in my cupboard. Ian, let me finish this thought and then I'll get to you.
That's why I raised my hand. So I
but the people from the fine city of Philadelphia tell me that it's not a real Philly cheesesteak if it doesn't have cheese whiz on it.
That's what people say.
Yeah. Ian.
After consideration, I am going to step back and say this is 100% whizzed because Delphox is a wizard. So it's got to have the whiz.
You're absolutely right.
That's my final answer.
Yeah, damn.
I will say I have
Damn,
I've had it both ways. I do think that having a nice slice of provolone on there just really seals the deal for me personally. And then also, there's been a couple places in New Mexico that do green chili on there too. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kick it up a little bit. Get some spice in there.
I'm real sad that there was a Philly cheesesteak food truck that was outside of a ski rental shop for years and years, and now that is no longer there.
Yeah. Rip.
I would love. Sorry, I'm just dreaming of my dream Philly. I would love a if you got some like provolone that like had the green chili in it, like a green chili cheese.
Oh. Excellent.
Could we get like a green chili cheese whiz?
Actually, I would be all about. So
okay, wait, what the chunks get stuck in the nozzle?
I was gonna ask, do they make chunky whiz, or is it always like it has to be like an oil that like as soon as it contacts air becomes a solid?
Yes. So like you're spraying it and then you're like, oh, there's a chunk in my whiz, and like it doesn't come out of your nozzle.
Oh
Maybe,
no!
You should see a doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
my
traditionally
whiz got a kidney stone, baby.
I know whiz traditionally has a pretty how do I put this? Like thin urethra, I guess, on the can.
That is the metaphor we're using. So
yeah.
You think you need like a wider urethra? If you
Well, I'm thinking like, what if you use like whipped cream style can? So it's almost like a really fluffy cheese, but there'd be room for the chunks to pass painlessly.
You get the like star shaped opening.
Yeah,
Exactly.
If Cheese Whiz was as fluffy as whipped cream, that would be a little disconcerting, I think. But
how old is Cheese Whiz? Now I'm curious. Like, what was the niche that Cheese Whiz was filling?
It's got to be a 50s or
Philly
60s thing,
cheesesteaks.
right? Like, it's got to be like it was one of those things where it was like we invented putting food inside of a aerated can or whatever.
It's the 1950s. Atomic technology allows us to make cheese into a thin tube.
You know,
It
People
debuted
are
in
always-
1953.
What am I
You're
telling
right.
you?
baby.
Fucking science for the house people.
Yeah.
people are always surprised when they find out that matches were invented after the lighter. And I think it's one of those situations where people actually don't know that canned whiz cheese came before
Before
solid
regular
cheese.
cheese.
Yeah.
was easier to just turn oil into a thing than to make real cheese.
Well, you see, originally when you milked a cow, it came out as Cheese Whiz, and they were like, "Oh, we've got to get this to consumers," and it took us at least another 20 years to figure out how to make that into a solid or a liquid to turn back into a solid.
Hold on, I gotta shut my window. There's like a sorority party happening outside.
Oh shit! They're spraying Cheese Whiz into each other's mouths.
I hope so.
All right. Well, Ian, that sounds like a lot of fun. Maybe we'll get beat up when we go to Philadelphia. I've never been to the fine city of Philadelphia or the great state of Pennsylvania, so I can't tell you off the top of my head if this was all true. But let us move on to Evan. But before we go on, Ian, why were you Benjamin Franklin? Is he from Pennsylvania? Did he live there?
He lived there, and honestly, like, I forgot to find someone, and then as I was saying it, I was like, that's a guy who would enjoy a good whiz.
That's a guy.
He's like, I invented the bifocals to better see the Cheese Whiz I'm eating.
A penny saved, a penny earned.
If you know that Ben Franklin would absolutely, like, just eat a can of Cheese Whiz off of a naked French woman. Like, that was like... I'm surprised he didn't invent it for that reason.
I want to make the national bird a turkey because it goes so well with Cheese Whiz.
That was probably the strangest scene in the HBO miniseries John Adams, starring Paul Giamatti.
Yes.
Was when Benjamin Franklin ate that Cheese Whiz off that French woman's body.
He's
That's
like,
pretty wild.
One day they'll put me on the $100 bill, but they can put this can of Cheese Whiz on there.
A scene only HBO could get away with. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't
exactly.
know why Benjamin Franklin, in my conception, has a southern accent when he was in the British colonies.
Not quite.
Wasn't Benjamin Franklin... All right, I'm going to sound
Black?
stupid for this. I thought he was, like, from England. I didn't think he was actually born in the U.S.
Oh no, I think he was.
Okay.
I think
he's from Massachusetts.
Yeah, I think he is from Massachusetts as well. Though my family in Massachusetts will get mad at me if I got this wrong.
You know
If you're
who is from
listening.
Massachusetts?
Yeah.
John Adams,
Yes.
played by Paul Giamatti.
Is he also from Massachusetts? No, he's a New Yorker, I feel like. He's got to be.
Yeah, he was born in
Forget about
Boston. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
So excuse me, Cheese Whiz.
Well, Jeremy, speaking of tricksters and cheese, that fits in pretty well with my recipe this week because we're making some flamin' hot Cheetos mac and cheese bites on
Are these the? Okay, go ahead.
on a pulled Delphox burger.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Whoa.
We're doing a lot of things this week. What was that?
Man,
Ben?
this
What
is
were you
like
gonna
I go to a
say?
TGI Fridays and they're like, we're gonna fucking king mode you today.
Well, I was wondering if this was inspired by like the Burger King hot Cheetos mac and cheese bites because I remember it was probably a couple years ago at this point seeing those advertised.
Yep. So it started there, but I was like, I need to kick it up a notch because I've done some mac and cheese things in the past, and I need to up level this a little bit.
Okay.
But basically, what you're doing is the wonderful fluff and ear hair that Delphox presents may in fact just like brush it off, and you might find a little bit of flaming hot dust.
Okay.
Just
Are
saying.
you saying like his earwax is like flaming hot dust?
It
Ugh.
could be, in the flavor text it says like, what is it? It's using psychic powers generates a fiery vortex of 5,400 degree Fahrenheit, incinerating foes swept into its whirl of flaming hot Cheetos dust. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So basically what you're going to do to make these mac and cheese balls first is 3 cups of your Kraft mac and cheese of choice. You get a tablespoon of some good hot sauce, whatever your fave happens to be at the moment. 3 cups of this flamin' hot dust. We're going real ham with it. Half a cup of panko breadcrumbs, some salt, pepper, oil, flour, all that stuff. So basically, you're gonna get your mac and cheese. You're gonna roll it in your nice panko breadcrumbs, and then you're gonna roll it in your nice fur dust. And then you drop that right into your fryer, or you could air fry, as we've talked about so many times on the show, if you prefer it to be a little less greasy. Yeah, so you can go either way. This website specifically calls out a question that says, "Can I freeze these mac and cheese bites?" And the answer is yes. That's all it says.
Okay.
But we're taking these mac and cheese bites and we're putting them onto some nice pulled Delphox meat coming from those hams, the
Nice.
Delphox ham. Yeah, so you're just gonna put that in your Instant Pot for a little while. Probably, I think it only takes about 20 to 30 minutes in an Instant Pot to really get nice and shredded. And then you're gonna put that on a nice burger bun. You're gonna dollop the mac and cheese bites on top, and you're gonna maybe drizzle in a little bit of like Sweet Baby Ray's, like spicy Sweet Baby Ray's or something.
Wow.
And there you go. You got yourself a hell of a sandwich.
Hell yeah. What novelty chain restaurant would most likely serve this sandwich?
Oh, you brought up what TGI Fridays. I think that would absolutely be at a TGI Fridays, or like what's Guy Fieri has like a restaurant.
He does.
Ben, you went to his restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. It would probably be
Yeah.
served there. Probably about the same caliber of food as the other things that you tried.
Well, it is interesting when I did experience the Guy Fieri kitchen, Flavortown, whatever. The signature dish that I got was a burger with mac and cheese on it. So you
Interesting.
are in the ballpark of some Guy Fieri shenanigans.
All right.
So
there you
wait,
go.
just to back up,
Yeah.
in the recipe that you were reading, it asked for 3 cups of real hot Cheeto dust, right?
yeah. Yeah. Well, so
That's
like
a lot of hot Cheetos.
How do you get
So-
that much?
that's a good. Well, it's not just the So it's not just the dust. It's like the dust plus the nice. It's the dust plus the crumb of the hot
Okay,
Cheetos.
okay.
So,
So
you're
it's
taking
more
3
like
cups
you're-
of hot Cheetos.
Okay.
And then but like hot Cheetos are mostly dust. Like just saying.
Debatable.
From dust we come, and from dust we will return.
Yeah.
All right.
Ian,
Ben,
I have a question. Did you make that?
Yeah, I did. That's why I was quiet during this time. I had to.
for listeners home, Ian made a meme that we will post on the Twitter.
Is it Dell with it, Fox?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just dealt
I
with
was.
That's
I was thinking about like, oh yeah, what if Delphox was the Chester Cheetah of the Pokemon
Oh,
world?
okay. That too.
I couldn't figure out how to turn the sunglasses around so that they go on the right side of its face.
Couldn't flip that PNG right there.
oh jeez.
Excellent. Ben, what is your recipe this
Gotta
week?
leave the photoshopping to me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, so I was looking at Delphox and I was getting some different flavors. I enjoy the flavors that have come up so far, but I was getting more of like a cinnamon candy kind of vibe.
Oh,
Interesting.
And so I'm going to be making some Delphox Red Hots, which
Oh,
are
yes.
those little, cinnamon, spicy, hard candies that you get at the store.
Yeah,
And, these ones, not these ones specifically, but like spicy cinnamon candy hold a special place in my heart because it's one of my mom's favorite candies. So it's one of those things that like reminds me of my childhood.
yeah. Along with black licorice.
That too, yes. But the recipe that I found for homemade Red Hots seems legit, but the website that I found it at kind of gave me some questions. It's from a place called bewellclinic.net.
This is like organic Red Hots.
Yeah, it sounds
Well,
like a
and-
scam.
Well, yeah. So the subtitle is GAPS legal, which I figured out is basically an alternate. It's like a different kind of keto diet. So I don't know. It sounds like it's a little bit of bullshit. But this place is the Be Well Clinic is this place in Colorado that basically just sounds like the most generic wellness, health, alternative medicine kind of place that you could ever find. It's about just So it's, being well. The Be Well Clinic community is about just that, providing a common place for people that find themselves on similar journeys. It is a place to have conversations and be together, a place to share information, tips, failures, resources, and experiences. A place where you can learn about and get connected with practitioners in other disciplines like chiropractor, acupuncture, and more. Just a bunch of things that just don't seem like real. I mean, like there's some real things in there, but like this website just seems a little bit like funny.
And on top of that, they
you're
make
saying-
recipes for Red Hots.
Yeah.
And they also have recipes.
Well,
Yeah.
it sounds like more like cinnamon supplements than it does like an actual just like, oh, I'm going to eat some candy.
Well, so the candy that they make is actually like very straightforward, and because it's like kind of keto, I guess. There's not. The recipe seems legit, but I will say that the website in general seems very just like boilerplate kind of wellness. So yeah. Anyway, this recipe that I'm making for Delphox Red Hots involves just a few ingredients, some water, some comb bee honey, and a bunch of cinnamon. And I feel like the best way to really get the full Delphox experience is to give it like a cinnamon branch for its little wand,
Ooh.
Some
let
potpourri.
it use that for its life.
What about a cinnamon broom? Because it's like
Oh
witch.
shit!
Oh.
That you're gonna give your Delphox a cinnamon broom. Let it get some experience with that. Really get to grow comfortable and absorb the flavors of the cinnamon broom. And then you're gonna use that cinnamon broom and ground it all up into some cinnamon for our Red Hots. And from what I can tell, the main component. Oh, and then there's also red food coloring to make it that red hot color.
Yeah.
So basically, it just seems like the most labor intense or the difficult part of this recipe is getting the right consistency right. So you're going to be like combining honey and water into this stovetop. But in this situation, you're actually going to be using Delphox's psychic heat, like convection. Like it can make like vortexes of heat using its mind. You're just going to say like, leave it at, because it has the precision of, mental heat making. You can just tell it, we want to like, mold this candy mixture around 235 degrees. So dial it back a little bit, not as hot as it says in the Pokedex,
Not
but
5,400 degrees. But
exactly. Yeah. You're going to want to just tell the Delphox, keep the number 235 rigid in your mind and don't deviate from this heat. And you're just going to kind of whip up together this honey, water, food coloring, and cinnamon mixture until it gets to, for about 10 minutes. And then it gets to something that they call the soft ball stage. And
yeah, I'm familiar when you're cooking candy with that softball stage.
And basically, you're just going to like pour it out onto some like a wax paper, and kind of let it like get into a layer, like a little layer. And then you just, after it gets cool, start peeling them off into little bite-sized chunks that you then will let dry and cool. And you've got some Delphox Red Hots. Yes, Ian.
2 questions. One, I don't know if I've had like a Red Hot. Are they soft and chewy? Are they crunchy?
Yeah.
They're hard, but then they get kind of chewy after you've let them sit in your mouth for a little bit.
So is that the difference between that and like a hot tamale? Because they're pretty similar, right?
Hot tamale's more like immediately gummy.
Got it. Okay.
Red Hots are kind of like a little like they're softer than like Tic Tacs, but you kind of like pop them and eat them, kind of like that.
Got it.
I'd compare it maybe to I was gonna say like a jujube or like one of those but those are a little bit more gummy-y.
Yes.
They
those
get
are
kind of
more
like
gummy.
stuck on the top of your in your teeth,
Yeah.
at a certain point. But they start out like hard.
How many, like, is this like you pour them out of the box and eat a whole gobful, or is it like a one at a time kind of thing?
I would go one at a time. But some people, that really love that intense cinnamon flavor. They could probably do a couple.
Yeah.
My second question, you made me think of it because you're really like emphasizing the wizard-like qualities of Delphox. Does Delphox wish its shit away?
Well,
Yeah, Ben.
Back to
Reggie
this.
hasn't officially confirmed that that's what Pokemon, how they,
Defecate.
We've never seen it.
So
Whereas in this case, he makes Delphications.
Nice.
Oh, there it is.
Nice.
That's why they pay me the fucking big bucks.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Delphox does not have to wish its shit away. I think that's kind of a weird rule. And unless otherwise noted by Reggie, I'll just say it. You know, he's the one that
The
pulls
Ministry of
strings,
Magic.
right? You know, then I will not assume that Delphox has to wish its shit away.
I'm not saying he has to, but like,
But he could if he wanted to. Yeah.
Can Delphox wish his shit away? Probably. Yeah.
okay.
The power only reserved for emergencies.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna wrap us up, and Ian, you mentioned Philadelphia, but we're gonna head a little bit north to New York City, the
Nice.
greatest fucking city in the world. You got the 5 boroughs,
Jesus
and I don't
Christ.
have to tell you what they are off the top of my head, but you know, everyone loves New York City, and you know what people love the most in New York City? Just heading up to a delicious delicatessen and getting some wonderful sliced meats.
Delphoxicatessen.
Yes. Well, Ian, you stole my joke. And we're going to go to a Delphox to get a delicious smoked Delphox pastrami sandwich.
Ooh.
Nice.
So you go to like Katz's and you fake your orgasm and you're like, I'll have what she's having, and it's a delicious Delphox pastrami sandwich. So that's what we're gonna do today. And I found this great website called meatheadsamarzingribs.com.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Meatheads only.
Yes, the science and art of barbecue and grilling since 2005, and boy, did this website look like it was made in 2005.
Nice.
This guy is named Meathead. So this recipe is a smoked pastrami recipe that's closest to Katz, and then it says by Meathead. So thanks, Meathead.
The author.
Yes, this author is named Meathead. And this course is dinner, lunch / main course, cuisine, American, Irish, Jewish, difficulty moderate. So this has got like a difficulty rating. So to what you're gonna do is you're going to for my recipe is you're gonna get your corned beef that you need to use to make your pastrami. You're gonna desalinate it, and then you're going to get your rub, which usually for pastrami, they usually have box rubs that you can get, but it's like, you know, peppercorn, spices. I think in this situation, we're going to also, like Evan, take the spicy Delphox earwax, incorporate it in there. I think that'll soak into the meat, make it nice and tender. Obviously, this is also a smoked meat, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the Delphox's psychic abilities to create a nice fire. So he's got his wands that like obviously create fires. So we'll do that with a variety of different woods, maybe hickory or whatever kind of smoky essence you want in your delicious sandwich. Then we'll smoke our pastrami, and then we'll cure it. That lasts a couple of days. Make sure it's nice and chilled, and then you're gonna slice it super thin, pile it high on your sandwich, throw in some sauerkraut, some mustard, on some rye bread. Bada bing, bada boom. You got a Delphox pastrami sandwich.
Ooh. Jeremy,
Yes.
are you a fan of pickles with your pastrami sandwich?
I'm not. Pickles aren't my favorite accoutrement, but I will not be like, ew, pickles if someone puts them on them, and I get it's a part of the experience. So I'm fine with pickles.
All right. That's
But
fair.
I wouldn't like go out of my way to put them on if I was making it myself.
I have had that pastrami sandwich from Katz Deli, and I will say I do have some qualms with my
Got some notes,
time living in
Katz.
New York. The one thing I don't regret in living in New York was the fucking food and pastrami sandwiches. Oh boy, good
Yeah, they're
stuff.
They're really good. The Katz's Deli, also you get a fucking giant sandwich. It's like 2
Oh,
pounds
yeah.
of meat. It's like this tall. It's amazing kind of situation.
Man, what I would give to eat a New York bagel again.
Ben, how do you feel about the bagels in New York?
Love them.
Okay, great.
Can't get enough.
Yeah. Any questions about my recipe before we move on?
Sounds delicious.
Great. All right. So let us vote on our recipes from Ian Davis. We have Philadelphia cheesesteak sandwiches. I see if I pronounced that right.
Yep.
From Evan, we have Flamin' Hot Delphox macaroni and cheese balls on a barbecue burger. From Ben, we have Delphox. What are they? Flamin' Hots? I just
Red Hots.
Red Hots.
Red Hots. Evan saying
Flamin'
Cheetos
Hot.
got flaming in my mind. And from me, we have Delphox pastrami sandwich. Everyone vote for who you think should win. And Ben, can you tell us who the winner mon is?
I can. Ian Davis has won yet another episode of I
Mr.
Choose
Davis.
You.
Davis,
Yeah.
how does it feel?
I'm back, bitch.
Ian got 2 votes, Jeremy got a vote, and Evan got a vote.
Nice.
Lovely.
Great. Now let's move on to everyone's favorite segment of the show. It's called Whale Lord's Mail Hard. It's where we read your emails and recipes sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. Evan, can you read this email from Mike?
I can. Hey, Icy Boys. Evan, here we are again. Here we are again, Mike.
Yes.
Thanks for reading my email every week. According to its Pokedex entry in Y, Delphox can create a fiery vortex as hot as 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty hot. Think I'm going to keep Delphox around as my sous chef and as a handy-dandy air fryer.
Oh,
Cook all kinds of wacky shit in that extremely hot vortex really fast. Helpful if you wanted to cook a whole lechonk or something. I don't know. Dream bigger. Cook a whole mammoth swine.
Hell yeah.
Be careful,
That's a
though.
big
The
air
point
fryer.
of most food items is far lower than 5,400 degrees.
I think that's
anyway,
true of most things.
Yeah. If you don't want things burned to an absolute crisp. Anyway, boys, respectful head nod. Mike, who definitely didn't singe his eyebrows just throwing random foodstuffs into Delphox's fire vortex to see what would happen.
Nice. Well, you've got those cool like eyebrow burns now, which means you're like the guy from The Bear, where it's like you're a cool chef. That's a reference I'm going to keep making, but since none of you guys have seen it, you don't know what's going on.
Nope. I will say one other additional mail that we were planning for that I wanted to mention was that Birdkeeper Soren emailed us a very nice Sawsbuck seasonal drink recipe that we posted on Twitter, and it's very good. So follow us on Twitter. Check out that thing. It's also in the Discord as well.
Check out that thing.
Yeah. Now is the time of the show where we pick next week's Pokemon. It's a segment I like to call Pick-A-Mon. Evan, can you give me a number between 650 and 721?
I would love to. 650. Do it right now, maybe.
Okay.
721 and okay. So next week will be 668. Oh wait, we did 669 recently, didn't we?
668.
Sounds
Let me
familiar.
double check. Is that not 668? No, that's fine. We can do this next week. 669 was Flabebe, but
Right.
668 is Pyroar, which is the lion Pokemon.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So
Alright.
join us next week for Pyroar. Send in your best Pyroar recipes. And
2
we'll read
fire
them.
Pokemon in a row.
Yeah. I'm going to try to... Maybe I won't do anything spicy this week.
Spice it down.
Yeah. Maybe it'll just be like warm, like a fire. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Let's wind down the show by... we do plugs first, so plug your shit. Ben, tell us about what you got.
You can follow me on Twitter at Ben C. Montoya. You can listen after this show to a podcast that I produced called America's Dead. It's about the Grateful Dead, and it is a good time if you're interested in music history related stuff. And yeah.
Evan.
You can follow me on Twitter at _Van Aubrey.
All right. Ian.
Follow me on Instagram at Music Ian Davis. Watch me play bass. And yeah.
Excellent. And you can follow me on Twitter at VelocityPrime1. Check out my writing at the-avocado.org. Jeremy Zielik. Got movies, video games, television programs, all there at the-avocado.org. Jeremy Zielik. All right. Let's wrap up this week's I Choose You. This has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, make sure you give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, may I suggest checking out the official I Choose You social media pages. I Choose Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Send in recipes, hang out with fellow choosies, and see the goofy shit we post. If you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, may I suggest joining the I Choose You Discord. I Choose You Discord is found in links in our episode description and on our social media pages. It's a hoot and a half. We have community game nights, all that on the I Choose You Discord. Lastly, but not leastly, make sure to check out the official I Choose You webpage. iChooseYou.menu has a full episode archive and store, all designed by one Evan Aubrey. Once again, that's iChooseYou.menu. I think that's going to wrap it up. I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
I've been your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
I've been your Benny F, Ian Davis.
And I've been your Evan Aubrey.
And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
Yeah, I choose you. Yeah, I choose you.
Everybody wants to be a master.
Chef.
Everybody wants to show their skills. In the kitchen, everybody wants to cook that clauncher. Finny in at the top of the grill. Each time you fry, gonna cook it just a little bit better. Each taste you try, boy, this froky is nice and tender. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3. It's a whole new world we cook in. It's a whole new place to eat. We're in season 6 with some brand new recipes, 'cause we're still gonna cook them all and make a pun or 2 or 3.